Don't carry your Biorb to try and empty it. It will end in disaster. So, this is a quick update on this sorry site. I was emptying this tank. Fortunately, there was no fish in it at the time because I had just removed them and put them downstairs in the downstairs tank. I was getting ready to kind of retire this tank for a little while whilst I go on holiday, because I'm going away for quite a while and I want to put an automatic feeder on. It's just easier to do it in one tank. And yeah, had it about half full, and I thought, this doesn't look too heavy now, I'm going to just carry it and empty the last of it into the sink. And as I got to the sink and started to pour it, the edge of the Biorb caught the edge of the sink and the whole thing smashed, and I ended up with a big puddle in the bathroom. So there you go, guys. Do not try and carry a full Biorb or even a half full Biorb. It will end in disaster. That said, the only thing I will say about this tank is it has been remarkably successful until obviously it cracked in half. It is often known as the Tank of Doom, and I want to show you, as I can easily show you now, why this was not the Tank of Doom. I bought one of these big circular sponges for it, and then over the top of it I put a bunch of this media. So that is a mixture of your alpha crog and some bio soil that looks a bit like that. And what that did was it created a whole layer over the top of here that created one massive biological filter, essentially. And that, coupled with the sponge and not putting any carbon inside here, because carbon just eventually degrades and you'd have to replace it all the time, and it's going to be a lot harder to get into that section. So basically that's full of some biological, some more of that rock but nothing else. And by just leaving it like that, this tank was up and running for over 6 months with no change to the filter whatsoever, just regular water changes. So yeah, pretty happy with how that worked out, in fact. And I would recommend anyone, you can buy these kits on eBay, someone sort of custom making the sponges and cutting them to the right size. I'd recommend anyone to buy one of those sponges. As you can see, after 6 months wear, it's still not that bad in there either. It's not like completely dirty and horrible and manky. That would probably last for quite a while longer before it needed really, really scrubbing. But with that and the alpha crog and the bio soil, this tank was up and running without any deaths for about 6 months, just over 6 months. So if you do have a Biorb and you are struggling with the existing filter and finding it really annoying having to remove this centre bit all the time to kind of clean, then my advice would be get one of these kits, get some bio soil and set it up that way, and you'll end up with a much better setup that is, really biologically stable. So there you go. Top tip for the day. Buy one of those kits if you have a Biorb, and definitely do not carry your Biorb whilst it's full of water. It will just end in disaster.